right, so here we are outside for the brief external tour. Starting up at the right front corner, there's several storage areas, including this front one, which will have a kneel slash folding seat, as well as a hatchet for firewood. And rounding out the front end side, this is where all the camp chairs and camp hammocks, etc., that are included in the rental if you chose as well. And the side door opens up and can stay open along with the screen door, which is nice. Propane hookup is down below. Beth, you want to point to that just so folks can see it? That's where the Blackstone or the fire pit will be able to hook in and run off the propane. The vents out here to the side are really just for the refrigerator and the furnace. And over here you can see the outdoor TV is opened up. That TV does swivel out, and the sound bar also can be paired to Bluetooth for music out at your campsite. And below that is the Blackstone, which is the griddle top that's optional but included. There's a couple 110 outlets if you're plugged into the campsite that you can charge there. And then rounding out the backside, you can see the rear stabilizers are down. This just supports the rear of the RV because the back end of the RV hangs off quite a bit, so that just supports it. They're not meant to level the system, but they are meant to support. And then as you look back here, you can see this slide out for where that queen bed is on the interior video. Pops out quite a bit, and that's what creates all that space. And this whole back left corner of the RV is really where all your hookups come in. So we have the sewer hose hooked up to the RV into the campsite, and you can see the freshwater hose going into the city connection. And you notice that brass fitting that's between the hose and the unit itself. That is the pressure regulator that down regulates the pressure, and it's really important that you use that whenever you're hooked up to city water. There is a little outside shower that can be used with hot and cold water as well, and nice to hose off things or rinse off your feet. There's some additional storage here where the water hose and a bucket, as well as a window squeegee, are stored, and that's meant for kind of all fresh and clean water, so don't store any of the sewage equipment in there. And then over here on the side, this is a hot water heater that's closed, and you don't need to access that. That will stay on automatically. You can see our wheels are up on some yellow wheel blocks. Those are used just to be able to level out your unit front to back or left to right. And then we have a little bubbler that you can use inside to assure your level. The electrical hookup for the campsite plugs in right here. And that's one of those twist locks, and we'll go through that in more detail in a further video. But if I scroll over here, you can see the water hookup and the electrical panel along with the surge protector. And then rounding out this left side, you can see the additional bump out for the kitchen and dinette. And the rest of the RV, there's some additional storage underneath here as well. And that's where the levelers for the RV go, as well as the storage for a couple other things that we'll go over later.